Hey everyone, quick video on how to solve in this way that Zach is describing. Zach says, I like to graph the related quadratic function and use my graph to find the solutions. So your job is to be solving this quadratic function here with a leading coefficient of 8. I'm going to be doing one that is similar for your reference. Up until this point in the project, you have been doing everything by hand, handwritten, whether it's on a drawing app online or on a piece of paper. This is the one where I'm saying that you can use a graphing tool like Desmo. So that's how I'm going to be doing it here. I'm be solving this quadratic equation, which is very, very similar to the one in your project. And as I type that in, I can already see two lines. But even if I zoom way out, way in, I can only see that they seem to be just straight up and down. There's no curve to this in the way that I would imagine a curve be to get me the parabola shape that I want from a quadratic. The reason for that is that this is just an equation. So these are giving us only x values. When we graph only x values, we can only see the x values. So here I have the same x value of -2 with this same x value of -2. It doesn't matter what the y is, because there's no y in the equation. So we only know what x is, getting us these vertical lines. That's not what we want. We want to rewrite this quadratic equation as a function. So I'm going to type in that same thing. I'm going to move that 2 to the other side. So if I moved it over, it would become a negative. And then as you can see, I'm starting to get my function. And that is that beautiful parabola shape that I need and want to see and would expect from a quadratic. So now how do I know what the solutions are graphically? Well, the solutions graphically are where they're crossing the vertical lines that we saw in the red graph, but then also they are x-intercepts. Remember when we move that 2 over, this 2, when I subtract it over to get this -2, what would happen with this 2 minus 2? I would have 0. So I'm looking for y to be 0. There's that -2. 0 is my y. 1/2, 0 is my y. So in your graph, or I'm sorry, in your project, you would take a screenshot of this. And please, as the directions say, be sure to highlight or clearly identify the solutions on the graph. So here are my solutions. They are highlighted. I would take a screenshot of this and then upload it into my project.